This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD, pinching a naughty interview with Adam Smith. It's great to see you, Adam.
Yeah, I think we're meant to be vacating the premises, but we'll be back tomorrow because there's a big fight happening tomorrow, and I can't wait for it.
There's a big fight happening on September the 10th, I heard as well, Adam.
There is. We can't wait for that, can we? Savannah Marshall's big moment of truth, her professional date of destiny after that wonderful win over Clarissa Shields some 10 years ago. Cannot wait for September the 10th, the first all-female card in the UK. Huge main event. Clarissa Shields, the quote, magnetic, wonderful, fantastic. The American coming over. She's been over a few times, we know, and yeah, cannot wait. It's a perler of a fight, a humdinger, with Michaela Meyer and Alicia Baumgardner as well on it, with Lauren and Karis and Caroline. It's just going to be, April's even squeezed on her, she April Hunter. It's going to be a fantastic, pivotal night for boxing. Cannot wait for September the 10th. First of all, August the 20th tomorrow night here. We've seen them weigh in. They both look in phenomenal shape, as I thought they would, Anthony and Alexander. Negligible, the weight difference, really. He was a little bit heavier. Joshua, USYK I knew was coming in pretty much the same. And the best man will win. USYK starts big favourite, but we'll see.
The first fight, Adam, I think it's fair to say most people said AJ would be too big, too strong for a fella moving up from cruiserweight. They were very wrong. Is there any reason why we should go for that argument again with AJ being 4 pounds heavier?
Do you know what? I think that makes this a bigger fight this time because people did expect AJ to win, and obviously he was outclassed on the night. Now it's all about, can he exact revenge? Can he get it right tactically? I think for AJ it's round 1. I think for Alexander Usyk it's round 13. I think that he will go out with that confidence and believing he can get the job done, maybe within the distance this time, Usyk. As far as AJ goes, yeah, he's got a new training camp. He's got to get the tactics right this time. There is an argument that we've seen it once, where we just see the same thing again. I think it will be more exciting, more dramatic. I fancy it won't go to 12 rounds this time. I think because AJ will put everything into it. We are really being thrown out here. AJ will put everything into it from the first bell. High risk, but maybe high reward. AJ within 6, Usyk later on points. That seems to be what most people are saying. I'm not sure. I just can't wait.
Do you think it has to be a more aggressive AJ? Do you think that's his only chance, Adam?
I think it has to be controlled aggression. You can't just go, gung-ho into someone of Alexander Usyk's class. So he's got to control it. I'd like to see Joshua work the body more, but it's getting to Usyk's body. That's the trouble. But I think he's got to try and work the body to slow the legs down, make him feel that power, make him feel the size difference. There's a little bit more, even so, coming in at just over 17.6, so he's got to do that. I don't think he can outbox. I think we've seen that before. He can't outbox Usyk over 12 rounds. He could have patches. He did in a couple of rounds in the middle last time where he had good rounds, but I think he's got to have a fantastic start, Joshua. If he doesn't have a good first or second round, I think he's going to be in for a very hard night. If he gets a good start, if he can just trouble Usyk a little bit, maybe even hurt him in the first 2 or 3 rounds, we know what a finisher he is. We know what combinations he can use. He's got to let his hands go this time. And I think he was caught betwixt and between last time. He hasn't got Robert McCracken in the corner, the general, and that could be interesting. But he's got Angel Fernandez, who's come over, and Robert Garcia. You've got to think the corners are going to come into it during the fight. And Usyk, it's all very solid, same people around him. Different for AJ. How's that going to work? I think it's crucial Joshua gets a great start, because if he suddenly gets caught and hurt and dazed and is just a little bit confused about how to go about the job, I think Usyk will take huge advantage of that. So you've got to sort of lean towards Usyk as the big favourite, but write Joshua off at your peril. I mean, we know what he did with Andy Ruiz. We know what he can do when he puts combinations together. It's heavyweight boxing. There's no question he could knock out Alexander Usyk, but it's a question, can he go and deliver it?
If he does, Adam, where would that rank in the pantheon of great British victories, not just overseas, but British victories altogether?
Yeah, very high up. I mean, you've got to look back at Stracy Napolis. You've got to look back at Hunnigan against Don Curry. I thought Tyson Fury's win over Deontay Wilder second time around was one of the great nights away from home. Obviously, we can say it was a good night when he beat Andy Ruiz, having gone through what he did in the Garden, but Ruiz came in out of shape, and Joshua, calculated, executed a good game plan to win it. But if he beats Usyk, and if he beats Usyk in dramatic fashion, that's right up there, right up there. 3-time heavyweight champion, joining Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, who's here, and Vitaly Klitschko. It's a small club, but also the manner of it. He's the underdog for the first time in his life, AJ, and a lot of people are expecting him to get beaten again. So if he did it, and if he knocked Usyk out, I think that would be right up there. And yeah, whether you'd say it's big enough yet, with Tyson Fury still out there, Deontay Wilder, he hasn't fought. Lennox Lewis, for me, still is the greatest British heavyweight. Tyson Fury is closing in, but AJ would be right back in that mix, and I'm sure Eddie would say he's the greatest of all time if he comes through it in dramatic fashion tomorrow. But let's see. It will be a monumental win if he can put it off.
Lovely. Two very quick ones, Adam, because we are getting chucked out. Does Tyson Fury come back for Undisputed? Surely he can't resist the win with this.
I believe so. I think Tyson is a master of mind games. I think he wakes up one morning, he thinks, what can I do? I think sometimes he feels he probably has had enough, and I think sometimes he feels he wants to do it. I'm sure Paris and the kids will be saying one thing, and then Tyson will go out for clear the bins in Morecambe and then go for a run and think, you know what? I just think it's a policy and a plea, probably just to sit back, wait, see what happens here. If Joshua wins, I think he'll definitely fight Joshua, and if Usyk wins, probably easier fight to make, maybe with the Bob Arum connections with Team Usyk. But obviously the British fight fans want to see Fury Joshua, so I think either will tempt him back, and I think he'll just wait for the money to roll in, to be honest.
That's what it's all about, Adam. Last one, Adam, and you're probably going to get this as well. Eddie's been saying that he's not been interviewed by you guys all week, that you haven't getting over the fact that he's left you. Just your comments on that.
It took me a long time, Steve, to get over Eddie leaving. We're really close, okay? And Eddie and Frank and I worked very hard for a decade together. So personally, it was a tough time. But I met Ben Shalom, and I've known Todd DeBoer for a long time. I work with Boxer, and I work with Top Rank in my day-to-day life, and that's business. Okay, I still do the darts, and Barry and Eddie and Frank and I still talk, of course. It's not, look, he'll say what he wants to say. Johnny's come out with comments this week. I arrived late into it. I missed all of that, which is quite nice. I've seen Eddie and Frank and Barry today. We're working on a professional, huge heavyweight event together. It's all about AJ and Usyk. It's not about us. But do I get on with Eddie? Yes. Am I working really well with Ben? Do I think Ben is going to be a phenomenal promoter going forward, and Boxer are a fantastic company? Yes. I love what I'm doing with Boxer. It's really exciting. I'm loving the Top Rank relationship. We're getting great fights in, and I think Eddie's doing a great job on DAZN. You know, they're fantastic fights, loads of them coming through with Matchroom. I think Frank, meanwhile, is doing a terrific job on BT. You know, we know the Wasserman connection with Channel 5 now. It's boxing everywhere. There's loads of great fights coming up. Look at
only one winner, right?
Parker and Joyce. You've got Eubank Ben. You've got huge amounts with us. September the 10th. We've got a lot happening in October and November. The fans are the winners and the fighters are the winners. Boxing has never been hotter, and I cannot wait to see all of those fights. Even if I'm not involved in all of them, I'll be asking Eddie for a seat, or I'll be asking Frank for a seat. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, we work for Sky with Boxer and Top Rank. That's our business. Are we working fine with Matchroom this week? Of course. Have we interviewed Eddie? I've only got two left. I'll be only too happy to interview Eddie. I think Ben Ransom's done it for Sky Sports News, and of course he should be. You know, he should hear from the promoter, and I'm sure he's been heard. He'll probably want 20 interviews, not just the one. So nothing's probably enough for Eddie. But do we all get on? It's a small business, and we've all worked a long time together.
Brilliant. I do have one more, Adam, and it's a funny one. I was talking to Johnny earlier in the week.
Adam, Sky are requesting you backstage now.
Sorry. Johnny said he's trying to get you to do a white collar fight. True or false, and would you do it?
No, I wouldn't. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I have no intention of getting anywhere near the ring. I went in once with Adrian Dodson. It was a spar that taught me a lot of. He wanted me to do it, and it taught me just a little bit about how physical and tough it possibly could be in there. I have no intention of going there again. Johnny always says, oh, he's never fought, you know, how can you listen to someone who's never fought? Well, that may be true, but I love the sport, I love fighters, and I wouldn't have the disrespect to go in and try and do something that they do. They are individually, male or female, phenomenal athletes and incredible people who I have the utmost respect for. Without them, none of us would be doing what we're doing. I'm staying this side. I'm a broadcaster. They're the fighters, and they need the attention.
Well said, Adam. Thank you very much.
Okay, Adam.